Imagine this, you have a ton of money and you decide to spend it on Fiendsmith, but you don't want to mix it with any of the best decks. Here comes Fiendsmith, Superheavy Samurai, Dracoslayer. God, that's a mouthful. Today, I'll be showing you a deck profile of this deck and also a best out of 3 match against the best deck in the format, yugioh Fiendsmith. Subscribe if you like Pendulum, and hold up, we have YouTube memberships now! With this, you'll be able to access Pendulum deck lists that may or may not be used in a video. Members only polls that decide what the next video will be. Emotes, shout outs in every single video, and watch JPM videos 1 or 2 days early before they come out. All this for $1.99. Everything gained from the memberships will be used back into content or equipment, so this is the best way to support the channel. Press the join button right here to help out. Now let's get into it. Thank you to CityCatLover68 and 65 for joining the membership. And this is the deck. So let's start off with the most basic part about this deck is the Fiendsmith package, which is just the basic 3 Engraver, 1 Lacrima, 1 Lurry, and 3 Tract. You're playing the Engraver because it is really good to draw. It gets you into Tract, and it's pretty insane. You just use Tract effects and Lurry, summon Lurry, then go for a full Fiendsmith combo. It's insane. And we got Lacrima to be able to play around the draw. Pretty cool as well. And yeah, that's the extent of it. Honestly, that's the extent of the package. Besides the extra deck, of course, but we're not covering the extra deck yet. Now, let's talk about the staples. So here, playing 3 Bestios. We're playing 2 Druisworms and 1 Magna Hut. Really good. Bestios are just really good this format, honestly. So, you gotta play them. We got triple Fuolos, because if you already spend the money on Fiendsmith, just spend the money on the Fuolos as well. You know, I'm not gonna do it, but hey, you can. Assuming you have the money for this. We got 3 Ash Blossoms, we got 2 Nibiru's, mainly for the fact that I wanted to keep this as a 45 card package, though you can raise this up to 50 if you want, by just like adding more staples and more like cards that potentially could help out with consistency. But yeah, I like this little ratio we got, so I'm gonna keep it like that. No, we cannot play Imperm because Super Heavy Samurais conflict with that. That's why we're playing only monster hand traps here. So that's the main reason. Speaking of the Super Heavy Samurai package, we got 3 Prodigy Wakuoshi, we got 2 Big Benkei, and 1 Soul Piercer. Honestly, this is pretty like standard for what the Super Heavy Samurai Dracoslayer deck look like. You're pretty much playing the same card ratio there, so that's why you're playing the Triple Prodigy, because this card's amazing to draw. You're playing the 2 Big Benkeis for the fact that this card, if you do draw it, you want the engine to still work, so you are able to just like place the Big Benkei from deck. So gotta make sure you're playing the 2 and the Soul Piercer. If you feel brave and just want to play the 1 because you just feel you will never draw the Big Benkei, sure, go ahead. But I always go for 2. Now for the Super Heavy Samurais, we got 3 Odd X Evolution. This card's just insane. It gets you any dragon out of the deck. So it could potentially get you the Master Pendulum or the Luster. Insane. By the way, any Pendulum Dragon, just in case, so you cannot get Bestios off of this. So it's really cool the fact that Magna Hut can add you the Luster Pendulums and also the Revolution, which is cool. So I like that. And now for the rest of the Dracoslayers, we're playing triple Dynamite. Even if we don't play the Fusion, it's still a really good card to have in hand for the fact that this card gets you to be able to start off your combos, especially for the fact that if you draw plus another Dracoslayer, it just still combos off. Also, we're playing the triple Ignis. Honestly, this card's really good. You get to destroy it, usually off of the effect of Majesty. I wish we had Electromite for this card to be really good, but sadly, we do not. So yeah, but we're still playing 3 because it is still an insane card for a Dracoslayer, and it is a Dracoslayer name that you get to summon off of Ignis. And actually, in this deck is actually really cool because we are playing the Promethean Princess, so we get to summon it off of the Ignis while we have Promethean on field. That's a big thing to keep in mind. And yeah, G Majesty. Majesty is like the heart and soul of this deck. This card is insane. Also, gets you a Field Spell. So yeah, you gotta play it. And our good old starter, that is an extender technically, we got Card Eraser. Current Razor, pretty good card to draw alongside any Pendulum monster. You get to summon this first and potentially make the Moon, which is really cool, or make the Beyond Pendulum if you want, depending on your hand. This deck is really one of those decks that depends on the hand you draw, you'll do like a certain combo. So yeah. And we're playing the one Skyer, so we got to add off of the Effect of Majesty. So yeah, usually when we're gonna activate this, we're going to start looping using the effect of Revolution Dragon, which I did not mention. Revolution Dragon's skill effect is to target a fusion, synchro, or XYZ dragon that is in the graveyard, destroy this card on the Pendulum skill, and then special summon that card. So the idea is that you loop this card with the Ignister, which is insane. So you get to do little cool loops there, which is awesome. Now let's get into the extra deck. So for the rest of our Fiendsmith package, we have Fiendsmith Requiem. This is a Link 1. It is pretty much Nightmare Mermaid, which is kind of insane. And also, we have the Moon of the Closed Heaven that gets us into the Fiendsmith Requiem. If you don't know, the reason why it gets us here is because it is a Light Fiend, and the materials that Requiem needs is Light Fiend. That's it. That's the main reason we summon Moon. Okay, we have Hieratic Seal, the Heavenly Spheres. This card is insane in this deck. So the fact that you can potentially end on this, depending on what hand you have, but once you do, you can potentially play a Morphage Sloth in your side deck or in your main deck if you want. I used to play that before. Currently in this deck I don't play because it could be a brick, but you can side deck it if you want. I did not side deck it, but just something to keep in mind. But yeah, Spheres is just a insane card as a whole. You usually summon the Magnum Hut off of it, then you use Magnum Hut effect, end phase, add one, and then be able to keep comboing next turn because, you know, this card carries. It's insane. You got the IP Masquerena. If you have IP Masquerena, you're playing the SP Lunalite. I can't say much about that. They're pretty generic. And we have Beyond the Pendulum. If you're playing a Pendulum deck without Beyond the Pendulum, what are you doing unless you're playing like a vanilla Pendulum deck? So yeah, I can't say much there. We got Exceed the Pendulum, pretty good card as well. It gets you into access code, which is awesome. And we got the Promethean Princess. Since we are looping the Ignis in this deck, you're able to just make Promethean, then summon back the Ignister and summon one from deck, which is usually the Ignis Phoenix. Or if you link off the Promethean Princess, you get to just summon any other Dracoslayer if you want. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, if we play Promethean Princess, we're playing the Amber Whale. Really good as well. I wish we had Electromite because Electromite would make this so much better, since Promethean can just summon Electromite. But you know, we're not in that case, sadly. Then we have Abyss Dweller. Abyss Dweller, honestly, you can either play this or play Baguska. There's not much space to play the both of them. Decide which one. Then we have Wave Hiking Caesar. This card is really good. It is pretty much a Nibiru stopper. That is why we're playing the Fiendsmith package, to be able to summon this. We're not playing the other package for the Fiendsmith because it is too much. It is too much. This is probably the most tightest extra deck I've ever done. So yeah, we gotta go for this line. That's it. So yeah, you pretty much make the Wave Hiking Caesar, usually with Necrocrypt Princess, plus a Engraver that you summon off of its own effect from Graveyard, which is pretty good. So yeah, that's pretty much your combo there. And we're playing the two Ignis Prominence. I see people playing one. You gotta play two. I'm sorry. If one gets banished, you need to summon another one. It's like your entire deck kind of like breaks down the moment you banish this. If you're just playing the one, you gotta play another one just in case. Now, let's get into the best of 3 match. So for game 1, we have drawn Dynamite, Fualos, Engraver, Ignis Phoenix, and Skyrus. We have to play around Ash Blossom, Ghost Ogre, and Nibiru. So, yep, here we go. Okay, we're gonna use the Engraver effect first. So tracked add Lurie. Then we're going to discard Lurie. You're gonna Lurie effect, summon itself, summon Requiem, use Requiem effect. They're gonna Ash it clearly. And now we're going to scale Ignis. We're going to use Skyrus. Use Skyrus effect. They're gonna pop it with Ghost Ogre, which yeah. That's fair. Like that's a correct hit in this case. Okay, we scale Dynamite. We use Dynamite effect, summoning the Ignis. We're gonna summon back the Engraver using its own effect, summoning it Beyond the Pendulum. We're gonna use Beyond the Pendulum effect, adding ourselves a Majesty. We're gonna Pendulum send for 2 now. Now we're going to just take the Nibiru. We have no other option. We just take the Nibiru. It's really funny the fact that it's 3000 now. So yeah, we use Majesty effect, add ourselves a second Majesty, and pass turn. They're just gonna go directly into battle phase and go for it. Engraver, tract, add Lurie effect, summon Lurie, hit Requiem effect, summon the Lacrima. They're just gonna make Desiree. That's what it is. Pretty much to make Desiree to be able to negate all the skills to be ready for next turn. So that's completely fair. That's like completely understandable. Okay. They definitely didn't go for the Yugioh line just to be able to negate everything on our board. Okay. They summon like the Requiem. They're going to summon an Engraver off of that. Use the Requiem effect. Gonna use the Majesty effect. They're gonna use Desiree to negate everything here. That is fine. We're going to normal sign. We're gonna summon the IP Masquerade. We're gonna use the effect of Revolution, adding ourselves a Luster. We're gonna Pendulum them for 3, and we're gonna make a Ignister. Okay, shuffling back the Desiree using the Ignister effect, and then using the effect of Ignis Phoenix, we get to summon a Power Load. Now we're gonna activate the effect of Ignis Phoenix, summoning a Ignis Phoenix. Damn it, I meant Ignister, summoning Ignis Phoenix, and we're gonna make the Exceed the Pendulum. Summoning the Majesty. Then we're going to use the effect of Access Code and attack. That's it. That's game. That is indeed game. So yeah, we already got game 1. Let's go to game 2. Okay, so our opponent is going first. And we have drawn Fualos, but they have Ash in hand, so it doesn't matter. I know that in this game I kind of mess up. I just like forget to use the Fualos right here. You should always use it right there when they're going to go Requiem effect. But yeah, they're just gonna do their full combo. I'm just gonna use the Fualos anyway. And yeah, it gets ashed. Oh well. So we gotta play around the Nibiru that's in hand. That's gonna be something. They also have Fiendsmith in Paradise, which kind of wins against us. So yeah, we're gonna scale the Prodigy. We're gonna get Desiree. We drew the Big Benkei. We're gonna normal summon the Prodigy. Then we're going to use the effect of Big Benkei, adding ourselves a Soul Piercer. We're gonna use Tract, summoning Lurie. Then we're going to make Beyond the Pendulum effect, adding ourselves a Ignis. Then we're going to Pendulum Sun. 4/4, targeting the back row. Can't do anything about that. Oh well. Adding ourselves a Prodigy, summoning the Engraver. They're just gonna go Fiendsmith in Paradise, sending Lacrima. I can't do anything about that. Yep, we're gonna Requiem effect. We're gonna use the effect of Engraver, destroying the Desiree. They're just gonna summon back the sequence. Oh god, they got 2 Nibirus now. Oh god. Okay, they're just gonna Lacrima. They're just doing the Necro Clip line, making the Wave King. Yeah, we 100% lose this. We just take the damage. They're just gonna go Wave King. Wave King just beats Prodigy at this point. So yeah, we drew into Dynamite. Can't do anything about that. You use Wave King effect. I'm just gonna scale the Prodigy. Prodigy effect. Oh right, I can't even activate Prodigy effect because we already have a spell engrave. Oh well. Well, we're cooked. We are cooked. We are so cooked. It's over. So yeah, it is pretty much a loss at this point. They just like go battle phase next turn and just win. So yeah, and despite the you know going second, it's not the best. It's not the best when you just draw the super heavy cards. So yeah, that's something. Okay, game 3 time. Here we go. Okay, they're gonna start off with Engraver, adding ourselves Tract. We're gonna use Tract, like summoning the Lurie. Then we're going to summon Requiem. They're just gonna go Fualos. That's the correct way to use it. Yeah, I just end up passing here. Okay, they're gonna go Tract, summoning the Lurie. Then make Requiem, summoning the Lacrima. Lacrima sending Engraver. Gonna normal summon Fualos. Make Dual Drive. Let's go. God, you know, this bothers me, honestly. I'm gonna go a little bit of red. Why is this generic? Why is this card generic? This card has no reason to be generic. I hate this. I hate this game. Like, actually, this game sucks. Okay. Got Superheavy as X-Rizio. Then we're going to just go full-on combo here. Just the detonator. They're gonna use the effective detonator here. That's fine. We're gonna summon the Druid Swarm. Yeah. They're gonna use talents. They're gonna add talents. They're gonna attack where everything we got there. So I'm gonna summon the Magna Hut. Then get rid of the detonator. I'll just take the dual drive. That's fine. And yeah. Okay, we're just gonna go Engraver. Okay, use Engraver effect. They're gonna use Imperm. That's fine. The Dimensional Barrier just wins this, by the way. It's so crazy. Okay, they're just gonna go Soger. That's completely fine for us. We're just gonna add Dynamite because we're still gonna Pendulum Summon one anyway, so it doesn't matter. Okay, we're gonna summon the Master off of the Dynamite. We're gonna use the effect of Ignis Providence, summoning the Ignis Phoenix. They're going to target the Ignis Phoenix, shuffling back the dual drive, and using the effect of Ignis Phoenix, summoning the Majesty. We're gonna add the Skyrus. We don't need the D barrier because we win this turn. I don't think we win this turn, but yeah. Okay, so we had Skyrus discarding the dimensional barrier, and we use Skyrus, and then we're going to destroy Dynamite. We're gonna summon back the Ignis Phoenix. So I was like, oh yeah, I have game, I'm pretty sure, but I don't think I have game. I'm gonna be real. I don't think I have game here. Okay, so yeah, I do not have game. Okay, so what happened was I summoned the Ignis Phoenix. And I'm like, okay, wait, I'm gonna have to make the big guy, but like that's not good. So I'm just gonna do a bit of damage, just a little bit of damage. We're gonna grab those two, make the Emblem Whale. I thought I was playing Baguska. Honestly, I would have made Baguska here. Baguska would have been so insane. So yes, consider playing Baguska in this case instead of the Abyss Dweller, mainly for the fact that like that happened. So yeah, I wish I could have made Baguska here, but I had to make SP Lunite, and I'll pass on that. Okay, so we got 2 interruptions. Here we go, which I think is enough against this deck, honestly. I'm saying that very positively, but we're about to get Chaos Angeled, so I don't think I can talk too much. Okay, you're gonna SP Lunite effect the better to self. So Rizio, they're just gonna go X-Rizio. We're just gonna activate the Promethean on the dual drive. Summon the Promethean Princess. Then yeah, they're just gonna pop off. They're gonna keep going. Oh wait, actually nope, they just stopped on the detonator. I haven't watched these replays for a while, by the way, just to keep that in mind. So okay, they're gonna go Chaos Angel, attack the over and the Promethean. We're gonna use the effect of Amber while destroying the detonator. And yeah, we got our SP back. Okay. So the good thing about having Skyrus is the fact that we can do so many cool things, but we're gonna summon the Engraver back using its own effect. Using Skyrus, destroying the Engraver, summoning destroying the Engraver, adding ourselves Onyx Evolution. We're gonna skill the Onyx Evolution. Fun fact, Onyx Evolution can only Pendulum Summon monsters that are dragon monsters. Keep that in mind because we have a couple that are only Pendulum, like that are only dragons here. You're gonna see that now. But honestly, I could have just summoned Luster and Master here because they're both dragons. So I could have scaled the big Benkei. So that's like a bit of a misplay on my part. But I don't really need it because all we need to do here is make Access Code Talker and just beat over the X-Rizio, which is exactly what we will do. Okay, we're gonna scale these two. We're gonna Pendulum Summon for a bunch of guys, which is not necessary. I'm just BMing at this point. And yeah, we're just attacking the Rizio, and that is game. So yeah, that was indeed a Dracoslayer game. So yeah, this is like to give you an idea of how the deck would play in a game. Would I say it's a good deck? No, not that really. I won't say it's a good deck. I would say it's a fun deck you could try out because it has like some cool lines, as you can see. But like, so much money for like a mid deck. Just play like Rizio if you want to like a better deck. That's pretty much it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you like Pendulum. Join the membership if you want to support me. Let's go.